Study after study has shown that while multitasking can be stimulating and may even make us feel more productive, it invariably makes us less productive. When we multitask, we do a mediocre job of everything.
Team number 43 on the countdown is from the Sun Belt, Appalachian State. I guarantee you didn't know this. They are one of the winningest programs in the entire country over the last 5 years. They went 13-1 last year. They were 7-1 in their conference. 2018, they were 11-2. In 2017, they had a down year, went 9-4. 2016, they were 10-3. 2015, they were 11-2.
Pretty good radio show today. A lot of fun because a lot of baseball. Getting excited about the fact that we're playing baseball, Major League games. But I'm running out to shoot some more football video today. I was thinking about something though all morning. Had it on my mind all day. Something I heard recently about focus. And the idea is that the goal for everybody ought to be to focus on one thing. And I'm not sure I'm totally bought in on that. Maybe the reason I'm not bought in on that is I can't be.
If you Google it, advice on focusing on one thing, like, you can find more than you could possibly read. Just scrolling through, you can achieve anything if you focus on one thing. Focusing one thing at a time. Motivational YouTube videos on focusing on one thing. Here's an article that says the ability to focus on one thing will make you unstoppable. On and on and on it goes.
It's gonna be a nice, real hot afternoon. That's okay. It's just fun to be around football. I mean, it is unquestioned that a lot of really successful people have figured out what they want to do at an early age. They get on that path, they chase it down, and they hammer it for their whole lives. And I think they're really fortunate if that's also the thing they're passionate about.
From a life of productivity, the art of doing one thing at a time. Doing one thing at a time is a surprisingly powerful way to become more productive. Study after study has shown that while multitasking can be stimulating and may even make us feel more productive, it invariably makes us less productive.
I think what I struggle with the most, having several interests, having several things I like to chase, several passions. You know, every day working in, making part of my living doing video work. We'll get one angle on a gimbal. And we'll shoot another with a stationary camera. I don't know if we'll use it, but maybe as a backup. Just trying to get more than one just in case. Yeah, that's it right there. At the same time as every day doing several hours of a radio show.
Last year, they beat North Carolina in week 3 at Chapel Hill, 34-31.
Which is also kind of a passion.
Things that are highlighted here in this article. When we multitask, we do a mediocre job of everything. Do you believe that? Single tasking is the opposite of multitasking, and it's better in virtually every way. Our brains may initially resist single tasking because it's less stimulating. Single tasking will even let us build up our attention muscle, how much control we have over where we direct our attention.
Or is this another one of those examples of those things where you can listen to somebody else, or you can trust your own gut, do your own thing? Which that's kind of what I've always done.
Here's what I'm driving at. Who has that luxury? Number 2, am I to believe that regardless of where you are in life, you should clear out anything that causes you to multitask and force your life into a situation where you can focus on one thing. And then finally, number 3, is that what's best? What about that idea that variety is the spice of life? How are you defining success? Is it possible that different people for their own lives can decide what success is? And that for some people, maybe they get a sense of satisfaction and a sense of success of accomplishing lots of different things. Maybe not at the highest level, but having a variety of things and an ability to multitask.
A pretty common sight these days. Pretty good feeling when you get through doing something like that, but it feels good to get in the car, turn the AC on, you get a text from your wife that says, "Burgers and fries in the oven. Get ready to eat when you get here." It's a pretty good feeling. It just feels great to be around football in some capacity. You know, in a lot of ways, I look at high school football coaches are a good example. Most of them are pretty singular in their purpose, and that is they want to coach ball and they want to win. But in the course of their day, they don't really get to focus on just one thing. You know, they're teaching class, they're mowing grass, they are sometimes have to be kind of an emotional counselor in different situations and be ready to coach football. They wear a lot of hats. That advice of, you know, find one thing and just focus on that all the time and become an expert in that. It sounds good, but I think in reality, the application has to be a little nuanced in reality, at least in most people's reality, and I know certainly in my reality as well. So, you know, I think what I'm going to do going forward is instead of worrying about it or starting to doubt myself because of it, I think what I'm going to do is enjoy the current situation, roll with it, and do the best you can with what you have, where you are. Doing stuff for the show today, I found something that was pretty interesting and funny. One of the teams we had to preview was Houston, University of Houston. It reminded me that Mississippi State played at Houston in 2010. And it also reminded me that the TV analyst for that game in 2010 for Mississippi State Houston was Mike Leach.
There were a lot of other things that went wrong for Houston tonight other than that young freshman.
Well, you have to account for the efforts of Mississippi State, their defensive line, their offensive line, and certainly their rush game highlighted by Vic Ballard.
He had this really funny line in there about Vic Ballard, who had a great day running the ball.
Well, here's Vic Ballard carrying people with him, definitely marking his territory here at Cougar Stadium.
Obviously came in here and marked his territory. Anyway, it was fantastic. I thought I'd share that with you.